I've been out in front when I was a kid and then heard this sound. And it's like, you know, you're fucked. And you're like, man, and it's one of those things, it's just it's part of racing. And so the any type of technical issues like that, it translates. You know, we tell the guys your internet and your server connection is your motor program, in essence. That's why we tell guys having problems, you might need to spend some money and get an Ethernet cable and a direct hookup. Think of it like investing in your engine program. You got to get the thing to where it'll run for 2 hours. I'm trying to get Rich Core in here. He's logging in. Yeah.
I forgot you guys are doing Heat 4 testing. If you guys do anything else, let me know. But I'm gonna hop out of here.
Yeah, no problem, man. All right, so we'll got 25 laps set up. We'll turn a few here. Unpause. Tried to unpause the timer. There we go. Yeah, yeah. I like these. These are, if we were to run them, they would most likely be branded for what they are, which is the super late models. And I think that keeping it clean is a tough part. When you're in the public lobby, a lot of guys don't get that in this kind of racing, it's like road racing to some extent. You have to back off going into the corner. You know, if you try to barrel it into the corner, it's not going to go well. You're just going to go up, exactly. And I was fortunate enough to do some racing on dirt in at the go-kart level, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Twindy knows the story. I won't tell the whole thing, but the last time, over a decade ago now, the last time I was in a race car was testing a quarter midget on a dirt track, and I was being pushed to go faster and faster on a green track. And I was coming down a straightaway where I was going about 80 miles an hour, and you had a hairpin turn. And so I hit it and tried to do the power slide, and I went over the berm and flipped 6 times because I went a little too deep on a green track. And I mean a little too deep.
Are you ready now? Green, green, green. Inside, clear low.
Forgive me, I have
Car outside, hold your line.
We'll get it back. I'm actually not bad. And feel free, if you want to see other backwards on the one that caution. You guys don't race dirt. Test them, go ahead. Mix it. You pressing the track.
Driver, that's a bad lap right there.
You gotta watch it. Just loosen it up and get in.
20 more laps of Delta danger. Yellow's out, back her down.
Crap, sorry guys.
Oh, no worries, that's what we're wanting to see. We need. With a well-officiated room, which, you know, we can provide, I think it could work with the built-in yellows. And the fact that, guys will be fully aware that, it's just like in the SCL days. You would think you'd have a lot of problems with it. We never really had problems. There's like 4 or 5 guys I can remember getting penalized for causing deliberate yellows.
Starter has the green flag in his hand.
Round
Be
3,
ready
5, 2, back to tank.
Hammer down.
Call it ready. See about trailer. He was self-driving for some reason. Like,
Ow. That's weird.
back to that.
Got a car low now. You're clear all around there. You got room. You're clear there. Clear low, bud. That's the halfway mark. Got one peeking inside.
That's definitely too bad. You try and correct it like a real dirt car and does not screw it.
Alright, time to go. Keep it nice and smooth for us.
Right there.
Inside, inside. All clear. Alright, you're clear. Hold your line. Got one inside. Both clear. Inside. You got room.
When do you have your car doing? Mine is super
That was your
tight.
best lap ever.
Yeah, Carlin, I don't know if it's you or me, but I can barely hear you over my car. What's that?
5 to go, 5 to go. White flag, next time by. Alright, let's go. White flag. Top 5, fantastic.
She started to get better there at the end.
Yeah, I just have to dial it in. Like I said, I did some tech testing with the game when it came out, and we haven't driven it much since. This takes time. I did get pretty fast, especially in spec runs. Usually qualify in the top 3. But These are tough, and it takes a little bit of getting used to, but they're fun. Do another one here and let you guys dial it in. I'm assuming you said you were tight. I got to tighten it up. Anybody else too loose?
No, it might have been on one click to the tight side on the setup. Because I was trying to drive it like a real dirt car, which is you turn it into the corner, then about halfway through the corner you let it straighten out, and then kind of crank it back out, float it out to the wall. Well, when I was trying to float it out to the wall, it would just go back to the right. It wouldn't do anything. It would just go straight right.
It's recommending me tight. I don't know that I want to be that. But I'm going to go tighter this time.
Go, hold on, I have to back out. Damn it. Oh well.
Still got the invite, right?
Okay, let me, because I'm going to turn my...
Yeah, lap times were close. Only 4/10, considering 3 or 4 of us haven't driven this game in weeks. Not too bad. At least the cars are close.
Is it...
Oh, yeah, of course. When I have it dialed in on it, there's a couple tracks I tested it on that I had it pretty dialed in. And I could slide it through that entry, back off the throttle, and hit it coming out. And yeah, it was, I was running pretty quick lap times. But you got to put some time in. But if you were gonna run a championship event and do a couple 25, 50 lap heats and then a 100 lap feature, you'd have to be ready for it. There's a lot of pitfalls in it, that much traffic.
No, what?
Yeah, they have it. Some of the guys I talked to some guys who run extensively on here as part of my due diligent research, and one of the mainstays ran in SCL and over here was saying that the one issue that he has is that at certain tracks, he doesn't like the interplay between the wheel drivers and the controller drivers. Like the controller drivers are getting away with stuff that wheel drivers can't do. And he's like, it's one of those things where it's sort of like you see a little bit of that in project cars. It's just one of those things when you're designing the mechanics of the game for wheels and controllers, and you got to try to find some kind of balance. I mean, I understand it's not going to be perfect, but what you don't want is like he was telling me, I forget where he was talking about, Darlington or Charlotte or some a track with pretty tight corners, and he's like, these guys are power sliding it through there, and he's like, that's just, not only is that unrealistic, he's like, you can't do that with the wheel because you'll hang on a second, because you'll I got you. Yeah, you'll overcorrect. No problem. What are we missing in the... Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think the controllers are better on dirt. I just didn't want to break that out for now. All right, I got a new setup here. Looks like everybody's good. Give it another run, and then we'll hit the asphalt. Haul our haulers into the main thing. as we drove by on the way to the in-laws at Christmas. Get out of there, boy. What are you doing? The wife was talking about several years ago. She worked for this maid service, and they used to clean the suites at Texas Motor Speedway. And even though it was not a racing season, there was nothing going on there, and most of those suites are empty. They didn't want the help parking in the parking lot in front of the suites. They wanted them park it in the spectator parking and then hauling their stuff 3/4 of a mile across the damn, parking lot, just to get into the main building. And it's like you go into those suites and they're pristine. They wouldn't have. He's like, we wouldn't have to do anything to them because these people pay, $100,000 for them, and they're there twice a year. At most, there'd be drivers staying in it or staying at the hotel attached while they were testing. All right, let's see if I can actually go to start without spinning the back wheels.
Coming to the green. Almost ready now. The green flag is in the air. Car outside, hold the line. You got room, you're clear.
That's what
Car there on the outside.
that's not getting that stupid. Gosh, she went there. Dang it.
Yellow's out, back her down.
Whoa, hello. Hi. What the heck?
You're gonna pull into the pits with these cars, and the crew chief's gonna be like, "The hell do you want me to do?" Can't fuel it. Can't put tires on it. Like I did some longer races as a teenager where you had halftime break, and I don't know what the fuck you gonna like. The guy, like the people that were with the drivers would jump over the wall like they were at the fucking Indy 500. Like, what are you possibly gonna do? You can't change the tires. You're not even allowed to adjust anything except for like checking the lug nuts and stuff. So it's like they'd get over the wall and start cleaning the windshield like they were being timed. And it's like, we got 5 minutes.
We're going
Mostly
green.
just so the driver can scratch his nuts.
Green's out, let's go. Looking inside now.
Oh, I tried to avoid.
Right back where I
him.
started.
I was about to push him. I would have knocked it sideways, and I lifted off the throttle, and they got squirrely on me. Rookie era. Where the hell are you at, dude?
All right, be smart out there. Going green. Almost ready now. Inside. Got one down low now. Bottom clear. Car there on the inside. Clear low.
Jesus.
Say hi up here. All right, clear low. Yellow's out, back her down.
Be there all night. They're going to 24 hours of Daytona or something. I've actually read about them doing that back in the day, doing like a 12 and 24-hour races at a short track, just to do it, and nobody finishing, shit like that. Can't run a car that hard for that long.
Coming to the green. Be ready. Ready.
Really standing.
Green's out. Let's go.
You just skip down.
Inside. Clear low, clear low. Got one peeking outside. You're all clear on top there.
I was barely in the throttle down there.
Five to go. You got this.
Oh, that was bad. What a cool.
Two laps to go. All right, let's go. White flag. Top five. Fantastic.
Yeah, I got a top 5. Get off of there, dude. Seriously. Get down. Down. Like standing on the thing that's holding my chair in place, like towering over me. Do not stand on that. No. Here. Yeah, get mad all you want, but you're not standing around that no more. Still ain't as bad. It sounds as bad as Twindy's house. All right, I'm gonna make a new one here. Or yeah, I guess I gotta make a new one. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a new one here. All right, so start Prince. Any need to fill up the track, Twindy, for this testing? You think we'd benefit from having AI cars on the field? Gotcha. Do-do-do-do. Just gonna start neutral and work from there with this damn thing. Try to get too cute. Start mediocre. Now you can't change the race settings once you're in here, can you? Do what now? I'm hitting X, ain't nothing happening. Screw it. I'll try to fix it real quick. Try it again here. Get it set up correctly. All right, now try this. Here we go. Feeding off each other, no. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, we'll keep you in the loop, man. We're still testing on it. All right, I'm just going to start neutral here with the cup car.
Carlin, go about. Let's see, you're at neutral. Hold on. Go about 1 or 2 clicks to loose.
Yeah, I'll give it. That's usually where I start.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
you want to tighten it up so you don't wear the tires out. Yeah, if we were to do, our distance race championship races, it would change that a lot. Tighten the wedge a little. Yeah. Yeah, work it out so that the wear will be better.
Coming to the green, driver. Be ready. Green flag. Outside. Car on the outside now. Car on the outside now.
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
You got
Sorry.
room. You're clear there.
Bring up the yellow.
Damn it.
Top 3, easy if you need it.
I didn't realize what you were doing. Yeah, I figured he was back.
Inside.
We're not all of that. Oh, okay. Damn yellow, fucker.
You may go around and make a lap or just stay here.
I'd stay here.
Here, Connor, go ahead.
Ten laps to go. Wow, that's fast. Slow down. You're clear of pit road.
It's gonna be
Five to go, driver.
baby. That was scary. You guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna come upstairs and do some more for it.
All right, top 5.
What's that? Oh, that's better than the generic stuff, I guess. On what are you doing? You little boy. Excuse me. Tighten it up, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'll try tightening it up a little bit. Lap times aren't bad. I'm just not consistent. That's also one of the cool things about the Pro-Am possibilities over here. You can hold, like the dirt cars, hold an evening at a track, tell them you're going to do, 6 sprint races and let the points add up. You'll be a champion at the end of the night. Hell, you can do track championships like that in one sitting.
All right, what are we doing?
We'll fire it up again here. I think we're seeing pretty good how it works, and Twindy, as much as it's a departure, I actually like your idea of splitting the teams off into their own chat parties. The only concern is officiating it. I mean, you can catch a lot of everybody, all the officials and stuff. Everybody's got their onboards. You can catch stuff after the race, but yeah, somehow stay in touch with each other just enough to know when you got a red flag or black flag or whatever.
We're going green. Almost ready now. The green flag is in the air. Got one peeking inside. Got one down low now. Inside. Stay low, stay low.
Oh, shooting stick. Just brushed it.
Careful, still there. go, driver. Here's the line. White flag, bring it home. All right, top five.
Throttle through it. Yeah, if any type of schedule I would do would have Michigan on it, and that's basically the same track.
Alright. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I mean, little man's driving me nuts here, so I got to go throw some food at him and get ready for work later. Thanks to you guys for coming out. I pretty much got a good feel for what we're looking at here, and that's what I was going to say, Twinny. The other suggestion, as far as if running on project cars too, is to steer into the what you got and probably use a schedule on that night where if you're going to run the cup cars, run 6 rounds, 2 at each oval, and then run 4 Trans Am Series races when the Indy cars are at a road course the next night. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I just think that might be a better use of it. I mean, first of all, if we were to do it, we would add the the aids and shit that people have been advocating for forever. Yeah, the question though is that if we implemented the full tech package, would how much of that would, some of the testing looked pretty good with it. Yeah, it's a quandary with that. Yeah, I mean that's less so on a wheel. I can have them on and not ignite them. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.